FC25 is funny. At first, the community thought that attacking part of the game is hard, but now the majority are really struggling with defending. But what I have realized, the only way of defending in this game is to avoid gambling. Let me acknowledge you this, defending is not like attacking. In defense, we don't gamble, especially against good opponents. You have to take the right defensive action. And in this video, it's beyond the basic mechanics like jockey. It's an answer to your question. How to defend in FC25. If you want cheap and safe and quick FC25 coins, visit u7buy.com and use the discount code DRFC for 6% off. Check link in the description. At first, I was flooded with comments on how to attack, and now I see the community is really struggling with defending. Defending, we have 4 main pillars, and you have to make sure that you apply each pillar where it's necessary. And beginning with team shape, when giving the defense tips, we always mention this part of keeping your defense shape organized. It's because the foundation of a solid defense begins with an organized defense line, where every defender is in his position according to the formation you're using, like having all fullbacks in their positions, and also center backs, plus midfielders and wingers. But doesn't end here. Also, you have to defend with that defender when the opponent is attacking from his position, which means if the ball is on the wing or midfield, again, don't drag the center back all the way towards the wing or midfield to defend. Here you will be dragging him out of his position, leaving an empty space, which the opponent can take advantage of. Next is cutting passing lanes. There's no easy way the opponent can move forward quickly as just passing the ball, and it's not only about passing the ball, but taking forward passing options. So which means when defending, always try to block the opponent's forward open pass lanes. How do we cut passing lanes real quick? Basically, you have to see the pass receiver and also ball holder. Then basing on the pass receiver movements, try to position your defender in between these 2 players while holding the speed jockey, L2 plus or 2, but following the receiver's movements because they tend to change directions. The reason why cutting passing lanes is powerful, it's because me and you like to move forward, and the quickest way to do that is to pass the ball, which means you will be triggered to always want to pass the ball, and if the opponent is good at reading your passes, you always see how difficult it is to get forward. Next is to close up space. The next thing the opponent can use to get forward is by dribbling forward or sprinting, because there's moments when the opponent has any passing lane, and what he has to use is the space in front. As the defender, you have to understand this. You only close up the space in front when you're sure the opponent has any forward passing option, because according to the pillars, passing lanes are more dangerous than spaces because getting forward while dribbling it needs many touches on the ball, but passing, it's just one pass, and boom, the opponent gains ground. And closing up spaces, many of the times you have to sprint, holding R2, because the opponent will most likely to sprint to exploit the space, or maybe the opponent will just dribble slow. This normally when there's small space, especially around the box. So here use the speed jockey. It's all about understanding what is needed. And the way easiest to understand is to just imagine a line from your goalkeeper towards the ball and position your defender in between the 2, the goalkeeper and the opponent's player. So here you will always get that feel when your defender is not in that line, and you naturally decide whether to sprint or jockey. The last pillar is pressing the ball. You cannot just be keeping the shape, cutting passing lanes, and closing up spaces. The opponent has to also feel that he has no time on the ball, and that's why you have to approach the ball holder and challenge for the ball. It's not always about winning the ball, but fulfilling the purpose of applying pressure. Like the opponent can initiate a 1 and 2's pass, so when you see that the opponent has any side option, don't overcommit, approach and apply pressure, but don't overcommit to it, and that's defending one-on-one. So it's like you have to first fulfill all the first pillars, and after making sure all of them in place, then apply pressure. Seeing that the opponent has any forward passing lane, then that's the moment you consider applying pressure. But don't be excited because the opponent might still be having that space. And so you need the right approach in this one-on-one, still imagination of that line from your goalkeeper and the ball. Then try to apply pressure while positioning your defender in this line. Here you will be able to close up the space and also apply pressure, and when you get the opportunity, tackle the ball. So let's have some few examples showing how I apply these pillars when defending. Here the opponent turns and he has this pass to his winger. Our first pillar is to keep the defense shape, and when you see it's not that organized, but the back four is okay. Then next pillar is to cut forward passes. The opponent has this pass, and we know the most crucial one, the forward option. And when keeping the defense shape, we have to use the right defender in his position. Like we can't defend this pass using the center back. I will be dragging him out of his position. The right player to use here is the fullback, and so I close up that pass. But the opponent didn't take it. Then I have to check the pillars again. Team shape a little bit disorganized, but the back four is okay. Open passes, this pass and this pass. And the crucial is the one forward. I select my center back and close it. The opponent takes the pass and I win the ball. The first example, I explained much about the team shape. I'm not going to repeat it. You have to develop that feeling by yourself. Here the opponent passes to his winger. I select my fullback because he's the one responsible for defending that area. Checking on the pillars. No forward pass due to the opponent's positioning. What next? Space. Yes, the opponent has this little space. And if I just move and approach this ball holder, the opponent can use this space and get past my defender. So I first make sure I close up that space, and that's the right way of defending one-on-one. And as you see, the opponent try to sprint, and I win the ball. Another example, the opponent passes to his striker. As I approach with my center back, I first check the pillars. I see that he has this forward pass, so I select my fullback and defend the situation. The opponent takes the pass. Now I again check the pillars. Forward pass, no. So what's next? Space, yes, I see this space which the opponent can use. So I sprint to close it because it's an obvious running situation. And the opponent realized that, and so he breaks and cut inside. Now I check the pillars. Forward pass, no. Forward space, no. So the last is to apply the pressure pillar. I approach the ball holder, still moving in a way that I block his path forward, and I win the ball. This is final touch. These four pillars, they're all useful and they should be respected, but we have that one pillar which you can't apply all the time, and that's team shape. It's very hard to keep the team shape organized all the time, which means if it breaks, defending has to go on. When your team shape is broken, don't give up on defending. Take the next pillar like cutting forward passes. And if it also breaks or fails, take the next one and close up spaces until you get to the last pillar, and that's what I wanted to make clear. Like I told you, if you comment what you're struggling with, I will answer you with a simple explain video on our second channel. Check it out, it has some good content on how you can learn and master some game mechanics. So that's it guys, if you want to learn more about tackling, make sure you check out this video, or link in the description. Thanks for watching. If you want cheap and safe and quick FC25 coins, visit u7buy.com and use the discount code DRFC for 6% off. Check link in the description.